first of all, we're celebrating 10 years
10
of women in automotive. 10, baby. Screenshot that.
We are back live at Women in Automotive.
This is awful.
Eliana, energy. We're just forcing it at this point. We have a day left ish. But hey, Chicks in Charge, we're back. I'm Shasta. I'm Jess.
And I'm Eliana Raggio, and I'm happy to be here. It's my very first broadcast with the Chicks in Charge.
Yes, it is. I'm excited about it too.
I've been big fans.
Yes.
We need more women in broadcasting and automotive.
Yes,
you guys are holding down the fort. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Atta girls.
All right, Eliana. So you have been a huge part in the entire Women in Automotive conference.
Yes, my back is killing me.
I can imagine.
I'm kidding. A lot of work goes into putting this on, and there's a lot of people. I'm just the person that they see the most, but there is an army of people in the background who have spent months planning this, gathering up just the right speakers, figuring out how long, what the schedule should be like, where we should have it, how, down to the food that we serve.
Right. And it's been amazing. And I love, so my favorite part is like I go into the bathroom or I've got my back turned and I hear the conversations that are happening behind me, or whenever they don't know that other people are around them that are actually listening to them, and the feedback that's being talked about. And
I would like to know some of that feedback.
It's amazing. Like how much value these women are getting out of these sessions and these speakers is just overwhelming.
I was just having lunch with a whole group of people. I only knew 2 people at the table, but there was a couple guys there. Yep. So the guy that was sitting right next to me, I'm like, so how many automotive conferences have you been at? And he's like, 40. I don't know. It's, Yep. And I was like, And so how does Women in Automotive compare to what you're used to? Mm-hmm. And he's like, well, first let me say I have 4 sisters. So this so many women all in one place, that I'm used to. He's like, but I will say the messaging is definitely different. It's not just about the education part, which is really, really important, but he was surprised at how many people, women, are sharing so much and being vulnerable in front of a very large crowd.
Yes.
I
feel like this year is more so than past years. Like I don't remember in the past seeing this much honesty and vulnerability out of people. Like this, something about this year is bringing it out.
But it's funny because the feedback I have heard, that I have been lucky enough to hear, because I've been a little busy, was that their favorite speakers that I'm hearing about were the ones that were the most vulnerable. Yes. Yeah, the ones who shared the stuff that most people don't say on center stage.
Right.
No,
I think that's amazing. One of the most important things is, and what we want to accomplish with this, is that we want the women in the audience to look up on the stage and connect with that person and find a way to see themselves up there as well, so that they will feel comfortable being empowered and moving on to the next stage of their career and eventually being that person on that stage.
Yeah. I know you guys have been out here a lot, but have you been able to catch a lot of the...
We've been able to catch a couple of them. We watched Jake this morning. We were obviously...
Jake is a woman, by the way.
Yes. She is a woman, by the way. She is from Canada. We just had her on just earlier today, so we're super excited.
She was fantastic. Oh my God. It was so funny. She said it on stage. She really did. She was right over there with me, and she's like, we were about to go into the cocktail hour, the networking cocktail hour, and she's like, I'm not good at networking. And I'm like, stick with me, kid. You're gonna be okay. Yep. I was like, first of all, I don't believe you. Right. But yeah, that was so funny that she actually shared that.
That's awesome. So yeah, we did get to see Jake. We obviously saw Subi yesterday. We were in Robin and Bobby's sessions yesterday.
I was too,
we've been able to be in a couple of them.
Yeah.
So although Laws. Oh yeah, we did see half of Laws too. So we had to dip out on that one a little bit early, but oh well. So we were super excited to have her. We are going to schedule her on after the show, because she was supposed to come on this morning, but her session ran a little bit. So we're going to schedule her after we get done with Women in Automotive.
Fantastic. I love it.
Super excited for her to talk about
the rest of what her keynote was about today, because I know that was super huge. And we were bummed out that we had to dip out in the middle of it. So I can't wait to hear more about what that was about.
Scheduling is like there's not enough hours in the day to get to everybody that
I
we
know.
want to talk to, that the industry needs to hear from and get the right messaging out there. And so we're having to schedule some after we get home, and we're excited.
I thought it was so funny how Robin and Bobby, they got too many complaints.
Yes.
And this happens all the time, by the way. Not here, but you've been to a conference where you're like, ooh, should I see this person or this person? They're scheduled at the same time. Darn it.
Yep.
And so I think it was like a dozen people went up to both Bobby and Robin and said, did they really have to schedule you at the exact same time?
Like
so guess what they did? They were like, let's put them together. I've never seen that happen.
Great. So
That was great.
It was amazing. I loved every bit of it.
It was great.
They're both such team players.
Oh, they are, for sure.
Well, yeah, it's all love and support here, and definitely a different kind of conference. It's so funny to hear the men talk about it. Like, I expect it from the women, but it's funny to hear the men's reaction to it. Like Curtis DeGroot, when he stood up and he was like, I have never been to a conference like this, and this is just remarkable. And it's so funny to hear, somebody who's a lifelong automotive person who's seen it from the other side. So now it was so funny because Curtis was like, what did he say? He's like, now I know how you women feel when you come into a men's conference. I am in the minority, and it is weird, but it's a good weird. I like it. This has been the most fun he's ever had at a conference. Yeah.
I love it so much. And I love that we have men here too.
Not a lot.
No, there's not a lot, but
the ones that are here are very, very comfortable with their manhood.
And it's setting a standard for the industry.
Yeah.
And it's showing the industry that we're not exclusive to women, because that's not the point of Women in Automotive.
It's not. And I said this during the mentoring session. You both were in the mentoring session, right? So we started off the conference with a 2-hour mentoring session, speed mentoring. So first we introduced you to 5 great mentors, asked them some very interesting questions. And then we did the speed mentoring for 90 minutes. So it was, after 10 minutes, we'd switch to the next table and did speed mentoring. And, in that speed mentoring session, I made it very, very clear that we can't move this mission for more women in automotive, to get more women in leadership roles, to get better positioning for women, to get women more money, just all those things, to keep women in automotive without the help of men.
Absolutely.
We have to do it with the men. So the men that are here are absolutely very, very supportive. And if they didn't know what they were getting into before they got here, they definitely know that they are what they need to do in order to support more women in automotive, because the stats don't lie. Women buy 60 to 65% of the cars. And women influence over 85% of car purchases. Wow. So if your company doesn't reflect the actual buyers that are, buying the cars, I got to tell you, you're probably doing something wrong. So how do we attract and retain more women in automotive? That's the question.
What we're doing right now.
That's what we're doing. That's the whole point,
I love it so much. There's so much camaraderie around here. Yeah. And I'm curious, because this is my first conference, for people that don't know, my first Women in Automotive conference. I have not been before.
You've been here before.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of not new to the conference life, but just new to this. How does this year's conference compare to the years past?
Well, look, all the Women in Automotive conferences have been amazing, and the MC is fabulous. Just kidding. But this year has a great energy. First of all, we're celebrating 10 years of Women in Automotive. 10, baby. Screenshot that. Yes. And we are at a really fantastic location.
Yes. Oh my God, it's so beautiful.
Can you turn? Can you see it?
It's too sunny to really see.
Can you? Oh, there it is.
guys get to see what we've been seeing all day. Our coffee drinks. Because we run on caffeine.
Who doesn't run on caffeine in automotive?
Beautiful view.
It's a beautiful, it's a resort, and I mean, like, you just go outside and it's all fresh and beautiful, and the view, and I've never been here.
You've never been to Colorado?
Colorado Springs? I've never been to Colorado Springs. Okay. Certainly haven't been here. Certainly haven't been this high up. Wow. You know, I was in Denver once, but once.
Okay.
And so that was it. And so this has been just a beautiful, wonderful conference so far. And I think just it's all those months of planning. And I don't know that we could have planned it any better. It's just everything is clicking, and I think every keynote presenter we've had has gotten a standing ovation.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Right?
All the ones we were in.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's amazing.
I think all of them have gotten standing ovations, which is in and of itself.
Right.
Just an amazing thing to see.
So for those people that are watching or listening from home right now that think maybe putting on a conference is not so hard.
Please do it. Prove us wrong. I think there's
it's Anthony. Hi, Anthony.
Where are you seeing that?
He says, "Hey, girls."
Oh, he's so great. I say I think there are some people out there who are trying to put together some really, really interesting conferences. And I think that, like just last week, I was at the Dealer Knows summer camp.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what a lot of people don't realize, first of all, that summer camp was amazing. Amazing.
We've heard the stories.
Oh my gosh. So much fun. What an interesting setting. What a beautiful location. Just mixing fun with education, which I think is always going to be a hit. And doing it in a way where it's not just vendors versus dealers. It's everyone together. We're all in automotive. We all have to help each other succeed, which is what we're doing here. The guy who runs that is Joe Webb. And Joe Webb is an integral part of the board at Women in Automotive.
He is.
In fact, he is the one who picks the speakers for Women in Automotive and does an exceptional job. He is fantastic at picking great speakers. He did it at summer camp and he did it here simultaneously. What an incredible feat. And he's recovering from summer camp. So he's not here. So Joe, we miss you. We miss you. And I wish you were here. You could see the fruits of your labor and how wonderfully this conference has turned out. You're missing such a great one, Joe. But I'll tell you, summer camp, it was so great because I was, getting ready for Women in Automotive, but I was doing it on cloud 9 from summer camp. So Joe, we miss you, buddy. Thank you so much for everything you did for Women in Automotive. I can't wait to talk to you and tell you all about it.
Phenomenal.
So you've been involved with WIA since the very beginning?
The get-go. Okay. I'm not a founding member.
Right.
But
they brought you in for the first conference.
They brought me in for the first conference, and they have kept me for some strange reason.
Because nobody else can walk in those Jimmy shoes.
That is true. That is true.
That's the one thing. Like, so after my first conference, like, I remembered your outfits and like energy, and that like the only energy that bright and exciting was yours. Like,
oh, thank you, baby.
You still the room.
Thank you, Shannon.
That's why she's the MC.
I know. You're so memorable, and so that's one of the things that I'm curious to know. So you've been a part of every single conference.
Yes.
And there's been a huge transition in the conference, the way that the conference does things, the way they listen to feedback. How do you feel that's transitioned over the years?
Hey man, the best feedback I love to get is just one-on-one, right as it happens, like tell me how you're feeling, like in the networking, we do, although of course, send out a post-conference survey, to really figure out where we hit the mark and where we could probably improve on for the next time. I mean, even though we might never have it here in this location, we want to know, what did you think of the food? What did you think of the hotel? What did you think of the place? Like what were the things that worked so that we can transfer that to something even better next time. I hesitate to think that somebody would give us a bad review on this one because it's just been so like the energy is so great here.
Yes.
But we've all been to conferences, not women in automotive conferences, but conferences where the energy is very low and subdued. And that's not what we want here. We want to keep the energy high. We want people to feel like this is a safe space, that they can share anything. Like I'm on stage and I'm just the MC. I'm not even one of the presenters. And people are yelling stuff to me from the audience and we're talking to them, you know. So there is a lot of audience participation, very low heckling. So thank you. You know, I've always said this, learning gets a whole hell of a lot more fun when there's interaction and prizes.
Yes. Speaking of prizes, for those of you that are not here, you are missing out on some great prizes. Eliana, let's hear it.
I know. I wish I could bring it over. I can't. It's in a glass case, but Dealer eProcess, of course, my company, we're giving away a Louis Vuitton purse. Ooh, we're not the only one though, because is it Protective is giving away a Gucci bag. Yes. What? And then later today, somebody is gonna win a 255-piece tool set. Wow. With the whole cabinet and everything. It's worth $6,500.
Wow.
What? But yeah, there's all kinds of prizes. We gave away some Lululemon stuff. We gave away some Yeti stuff. And I was saying earlier on stage, you know, if I wasn't a CMO or an MC, I would have loved to have been a game show host. I love giving away prizes. Come on, people, come on. Yeah. Somebody give me a game show host job. Yeah. So
it is out of the world. It is in the world now. Someone's gonna pick it up.
So at the very, very end of the conference, must be here to win. We pick out names and we give away a ton of prizes. And I don't even know what all the prizes are. Like there's so many.
There's a lot.
I have no idea. I'm really excited for later this afternoon, though. We have some really interesting stuff happening later today.
Ooh.
And after the workshops.
Oh, okay.
So
we just gotta make sure we're there.
Right. So we have two firsts here at Women in Automotive. One is going to happen later today. I'm going to say around 4:30. Okay. So you have to be in the room for that. Okay. The ballroom.
Okay.
Yes. And the other first is going to be happening tomorrow morning, second to the last speaker. So the second speaker of the day, which is something we've never done before. I wish I could share it with you, but I can't.
Suspense is killing me.
I know. We've never done it. I'm really, really excited because it was my idea. I'm so excited. But I'm really, really excited. It was so funny because last night at the board dinners, it was Subi who said, "Oh, I wish we should do that. We should plan a session that does this." And I was like, "Yeah, it's Saturday morning. We're doing it." Yeah. And I was like, she's like, "No way, really? You're doing it?" I was like, "Yes." That's awesome. So I'm very, very excited about it. Yeah. So even after 10 years, we're still coming up with new ways to really give back to the women in automotive and help them really excel in what they have going on. But the thing that is happening on Saturday morning, oh shit, I'll just tell you. Can I say shit?
Yes.
Okay.
You're telling the whole world.
Excellent.
Okay.
So we actually have somebody named Megan Mahone. Megan Mahone is going to come and she's going to do a 1-hour self-defense course for women.
Oh, okay.
That's what Gary was talking about.
I know.
Nobody knew what he was talking about because it wasn't on the agenda.
No, of course we're not going to share that. Well, here's I don't think anyone who's here is watching this.
Probably not. They're all in sessions.
Exactly. So here's the thing. We could have told people, attendees, hey, come in like workout clothes or sneakers or something like, but no, because most women get attacked when they're not in sneakers and workout clothes.
Yep.
They get attacked when they are dressed normally. And so that was something that we wanted to make sure because it's going to be an interactive thing. From what I understand, I haven't seen it yet, obviously, but it's going to be a thing where she's going to teach us some moves.
Okay.
And we have to be able to react to that in whatever it is we're wearing.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed?
Yeah.
Like I mean, I think we've all heard this because as women, we always have to be aware. Yeah. Don't be on your phone when you're, walking. Yeah. Don't wear a ponytail.
Yep.
Stupid shit like that.
I heard that one.
Oh, I have.
Yeah, because that's
just
it. They have you by the head and they have a really good grip on it. Yeah. So you're not supposed to wear a ponytail, right? And just, I know, awful stuff like be teaching us some.
Oh, that's so fun. That'll be fun.
I know. I'm really excited.
All right. So you've been doing this for years now.
10.
10 years.
10 at Women in Automotive.
So, but how many in the automotive industry?
I am, this August will be 16 years in automotive.
Nice. So if you could give just one piece of advice to any
You couldn't have given me this question before we started. Now, what are you going to ask me?
male, female, young or old, just now coming into the automotive industry, what is it?
I don't know if it's advice, but I will say you'd be surprised at how quickly you're going to fall in love with this industry. Yes. I never thought, like, if you told me 16 years ago, hey, this is going to be your longest, this is going to be your longest career you've ever had, because it's like my 4th career, right? I would have said, nah, I don't think so. I mean, because listen, I got in from my girlfriend who was already in automotive, and she said, you got to come into automotive. We're making money hand over fist, right? So she drags me, my best friend. Hi, Janine. And I got in August of 2008. And in September of 2008, the auto industry crashed.
Yep.
And I was like, Janine, what did you get me into? And then, of course, the sunshine that she is, she's like, well, think of it this way. It can only go up from here. And it has. And it's funny.
Look at where you are now.
It's funny. I ask this question all the time, whether in a mentoring session or anything like that. And from stage, I ask it all the time to women, to men, you know, how many of you were in high school and planned to be in automotive? And nobody except for my girlfriend, Janine. Okay. Cause she came, like, her father was a dealer. She went to Northwood. So she knew she was going to get out and do something in automotive. But the rest of us fell into it. We fall into it and we love it.
Fall in love with it.
Quicksand.
And that's it. And then you stay. And then, you know, yesterday I was talking to some woman and she was like, I'm done with automotive. And she left. And it was like 3 months. I just like, I'm back in automotive.
How funny.
I know. So don't be surprised if you fall in love with this industry. There's so many facets to it. And I will tell you, it is never boring. The auto industry in 16 years has never been the same from one year to the next. Nope.
And I'm only in my 7th year, and I know that already. I'm like,
well, it has been a very interesting last 4 years. I hope we don't do that again.
I would rather not.
Yes.
I hope we learned a lesson from all of that, and we don't go there.
Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful outside today. This is a great. Is this like the nicest office you've ever had?
God, yes. Can we live here?
What's funny is our office back home has like no windows, and so it's just like interesting to see the outdoors.
Beautiful. Yeah. What a view. Wish you were here. YOLO.
What a view. Eliana, thank you so much for coming on today. I appreciate it.
Pleasure.
You've been great. You've been amazing. You've been amazing.
I've been waiting for the invite.
I'm so excited. Where can people connect with you?
Everywhere.
LinkedIn, Facebook, anywhere you can find Eliana.
Dude, I am everywhere. I'm everywhere. I'm at almost every awesome conference.
That is true. I think I see you at almost all of them. Are you going to be,
awesome
I know it's like in your neck of the woods. Are you going to be at the by appointment only in August?
Ooh, if not, you should be.
Anthony's on here.
Right here. Look, he's right here. Hey,
I don't even know about it.
So,
hey, babe.
So by appointment only is a BDC immersion event.
I don't do anything with BDCs, unfortunately. You know, I might. Call me.
Maybe Anthony.
Yeah.
Where's it going to be?
Holmdel, New Jersey.
Oh, yeah. Jersey.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, maybe.
In the woods.
Oh, wait, is that the one Robin's putting on?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I think she asked me to speak there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I might be there actually. She's been a little busy with the summer camp and the women in automotive, but I think we might be working that out. Yeah, actually, I might be there. So yeah, find me on LinkedIn. Of course, you can always attend my webinars. No competition with you guys.
No.
dealereprocess.com/webinars. My next webinar is next Thursday with who doesn't love Brooke Furness?
Oh, yes,
right?
Amazing.
She's going to be talking about the cars rule.
Yes, we need that.
Stupidest rule ever.
I don't know where that's coming from.
I don't know. It is
so every now and then we make a
I know the cars rule
movement. Yeah, maybe that is what it was.
Oh my God! Have you read these things? It's unbelievable what the FTC thinks they're going to push on us. I'm like, dude, it's going to if this rule goes through the way it is written right now, it will change sales process for every American car dealer out there. Everyone. And what they're asking is I get the intent behind it, but the execution is not, it's untenable.
Right.
So, so we're going to talk about it with Brooke. She's going to say,
I'm
this
excited
is what
for
the CARS rule says, but there's a stay on it for right now, but it still may very well go through this year. So we're all kind of like, is this really
one
going to
of those, like,
happen?
write your senators type things and getting a dealer to write anything.
It's well, we have, I spoke with Mike Stanton, who of course leads NADA, and they of course have a very, very strong stance on this CARS rule. And he spoke at the David Kane event, which was fantastic as well. While Mike Stanton was there to give like updates on all things NADA, he spent the most amount of time talking about this CARS rule.
Yeah, it's huge.
And being as politically even as possible in not so many words. I don't want to put words in Mike Stanton's mouth because he was very, very PC about it. But it was, you could tell he was very, very worried about the CARS rule.
Yes.
Like, that's something that NADA is definitely trying to iron out for dealers, because that would turn our industry upside down a bit. So.
Well, we've gone like a year without any massive changes. So.
Oh yeah, of course. Let's have another one.
The world thinks it's time.
We need one.
It's not enough that we're about to come back from a worldwide pandemic,
right?
And all that entails.
It took years.
Let's flip the industry upside down again while we're at it.
So, like, come on, we're like one of the biggest industries in the entire country. Automotive is. We employ a lot of people. Yep. Why are you making it hard on us? Just let us sell cars. Right. That's all we want to do. We want to make good cars, sell great cars, keep people moving. Literally keep people moving.
Every single person in Congress and anything, I'm pretty sure they take a car or some type of vehicle to work every day. Like,
no way.
You kind of need the automotive industry.
Come on, make it easy on us a little bit. My goodness. So yeah, CARS rule. Go to dealereprocess.com/webinars. Hope to see you there.
When is that?
Thank you. It's going to be next Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern.
Perfect. All right.
That is what is today? The
24th? Is it 24th?
I don't know what today is.
Well,
I took my date off my watch.
That is the first hurdle. It's Friday, right?
It's Thursday. All week long, I thought it was Tuesday, and then Thursday happened, and now
it's Thursday.
We're in a haze over here. Friday. Well, we are a mile high. So
there's no oxygen here.
Yeah. What did one of the speakers say? Never been this high before.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Eliana, thank you so much for joining us today. I've had so much fun.
On the serious tip, chicks in charge, do not stop. We need more female voices out there.
Absolutely.
Do not stop. You already hit your 1 year. I congratulated you. I want to be at your 10 year. Okay.
That would be amazing.
Deal?
Yes,
deal.
You got it.
All right. In a world where you can be anything, remember to be kind, because you don't know what battles others are facing. So whenever you go out into the world this week, remember to light it up. I am Jess.
I'm Shasta.
And this is Eliana, and we are the Chicks in Charge. Thank you so much for watching.
Thanks, everyone.
Yay, you've made it this far. And if you want to help the chicks out and add some value, make sure you subscribe right now.
Click that little red button down below. Do it. Do it now.